This is Gerald Vawas. Let's imagine some criticism on my theory that says that every letter not only has a position, you can combine positions, and in that way you can also see how the words are describing the objects themselves. That's my theory. So basically, words are formulas. Just imagine someone would ask me, what are you thinking? How can words be formulas? A formula that can, for instance, if we would say like the word inner, inner, how can you use that as a formula? Does a work really work like a formula? Is that even possible? Because when we would take objects of all different sizes, of all different forms, how can you show with a word that with all these different forms, they all describe the inner? Because all the forms will look different. So how can there be a formula that describes that inner part where it hasn't got a steady form? Thank you for this question, because I thought already it isn't actually so quite difficult, this word inner, because it is a quite simple description, and the basis of them is can be derived from the different letters, and these letters describe what is the inner. The object itself, let's say we have three categories in which how we can describe objects and how we can look at objects, and these three sorts of focuses, they are also the basics of different letters that describe this kind of focus. So the first sort of focus would be that we start from the position and where we can see the objects very well, the starting point where also the form is formulated around that. Or we can focus upon directions where we can say, okay, the object is directing in that direction and so on, and it has a change seeing there. So when I focus on these things, there are also different letters for that. And then we really focus as a starting point from the outer shell in which it fits, like a definition, like an idea that I have there, this outer shell, let's say, which I say, okay, I'll focus upon that. There are all also letters for that. Again, 9 positions with 7 very clear defined letters that describe this idea. So of course, with these functions, we can describe inner. The letter E is one of the last category. So you have what you have in a kind of comparison. While you have in the first 9 letters, you have a focus upon an object where you have the form. The second kind of focus is a comparison from left to right, so in what is changing there, so on. You start to see what do we have here as differences that are in a changeable position. The last category is about a general comparison that I want to find something that I can apply somewhere or anywhere as a formula. So I want to frame this, and I can frame this anywhere, like here, like in the object, as a formula. Actually, that's what it is. That's the basics, the foundations of that applying a formula. So it doesn't matter how big the object is, what kind of form it is, I will have an application and I will put my mind to it. I will go to it in that direction. So that's already the first part of that formula. Yes, I will go in. It is inner. I already go in with the E. As you can see here, and you can apply it anywhere where it will fit. So it will fit into the object. If you take it as a frame or an object or as a growth process, whatever, or direction, it doesn't matter. I have it. I'm going in. I'm going into that that thing that I have. And there I will find the application for inner. What will be the N? The N is actually focusing upon what makes a difference. What is making a difference so that I can take it out and give it a function. That's what the N is. That is the place of the N. Where is my function here that it makes it a separate entity of material that can be directed, so that I can direct it to somewhere else, that I can give it a change or whatever. So it is focusing upon the material. The second part says material. I focus it into, here it also says timing. This timing aspect is actually, it's a focus upon, here I can do something different for it. So it's the differences are not just about the placement, it's a difference of what can I do with it. So I take out the object, what can get a different direction. The extra N actually says also the smaller parts within that could be also used for something else, could go also to different directions. I'll take them all in. Double N is all these things that could go in different directions. I take them all. And the R, actually, as the last letter, is that connecting to material. That's what the R will do. It's that outer connection, and it connects itself via a feedback process that says, here I see what it connects as a feedback, contextual connecting. I connect the things that I have here via what is different actually. So what is different? It's also timed in that way. It is a timed condition. I can see also what can I use for it, what is different, what can change, what can go in all directions. Also here it says, no, I take it out. I have my old connections inwardly. It's formulating actually exactly what I need. It goes inwardly with the E. It takes out all what is different and can be used to all kinds of different directions. It doesn't matter. In detail as well. And I connect the material as well. The whole the material. So the inner part is emphasized. So yes, it gets a physical representation of the word. So yes, it is a formula, and yes, even when I put it into a physical form, it adapts. Here it adapts to whatever form it is, because the R is contextual, the E is in the place contextual, but also the R, what material is depends on what form it has. It depends on what it will see there, what it will, how many differences as they are, they all count, and they will count into the end result, so that it will create a different form each time in that inner part, and it will focus upon the right thing from the object. That's what inner is describing. So yes, the words are descriptions of into a physical form also of what I want to describe. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.